Thank you very much for listening to this week's talk on the concluding sedras of the book of Shemot, Vayakhel and Pekudei. And we are also reading the Parshas Hachodesh, the special portion that we read before Rosh Chodesh Nisan. And all of this coming together at a time of extreme danger and potential for the people of Israel, the land of Israel. And we're dedicating this learning to the safety and success of all of the soldiers in the IDF as they undertake dangerous missions of huge proportions, and the speedy healing of all of the wounded, and the refuah sheleima of Rivka Yittel bas Rachel. And the resounding words of Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek that we are going to read at the end of the Sedra of Pekudei is just the clarion call, just the trumpets that we need to give us this renewed energy to know that we are in a struggle against evil, that the ways of the Torah and the eternal continuity of the Jewish people, these are what give us courage even under the most challenging of circumstances. And I want to focus on the very words that we will read in the Torah before we say Chazak, Chazak, V'nis Chazek. And this comes after Moshe Rabbeinu and the people together have actually carried out the instructions of that we learnt about in the Sedras of Teruma and Tetzaveh that gave the exact dimensions of the Mishkan itself and all of the items that were inside it, and the exact ways to make the garments of all of the Kohanim, the priests, and the Kohen Gadol. And then we have the Sedras of Vayakhel and Pekudei that sound very similar, but they are showing how the children of Israel actually carried out all of these commandments, all of these mitzvahs exactly as Moshe Rabbeinu instructed them. And this is not something we can take for granted. This is another level. This is why it is not repetition that when we are reading it in these last two sedras. And after all of this incredible workmanship has taken place, the construction of an elaborate portable sanctuary that every beam and curtain and tapestry is specified, and all of that has been put together. And we read in the words of the Torah in chapter 40, going from verse 34, which is actually the Maftir reading. Vayachas ha'onan es ha'ohel moed, and the cloud covered the tent of meeting. Uchavod Hashem mole es hamishkan, and the glory of Hashem filled the Mishkan. And it seems at this point that we have actually reached the whole point, the purpose of this construction of the building of this place that the glory of Hashem can reside. And the next posuk is quite shocking. V'lo yochel Moshe lavo el ohel moed. And Moshe was not able to come to the Ohel Moed, ki shachan alav he'onan, because the cloud rested on it. Uchavod Hashem male es hamishkan, and the glory of Hashem filled the Mishkan. Uvehalos ha'anan ma'al hamishkan yisu b'nei Yisrael b'chol ma'asehem. And when the cloud lifted from on top of the Mishkan, the top of the tabernacle, all of the children of Israel would journey b'chol ma'asehem on all of their journeyings. Ve'im lo ya'aleh ha'anan v'lo yisu yom ad yom he'aloso. And if the cloud would not lift up, they would not journey until the day that it lifted up. Ki anan Hashem al hamishkan yomam, because the cloud of the Hashem was over the Mishkan during the day, the Eish Tier Laila, and the fire would be on it at night, on it, Le'enei Chol Beis Yisrael B'chol Masehem, in the eyes of all of the house of Israel in all of their journeys. And here we have this enigmatic tableau, final picture of the book of Shemot that contains our foundation as a nation, that contains our slavery in Egypt, our exodus from Egypt, and the 10 plagues that were the way that we exited from Egypt, and receiving the Torah on Mount Sinai. All of these that continue to be part of our daily lives as Jewish people. And then when we've built the Mishkan, and Moshe Rabbeinu is about to enter, but he can't enter because the cloud is there. And the cloud represents uncertainty. The cloud, when we look at a cloud, then if you're in an aeroplane and you're going through the clouds, you don't know what's necessarily coming towards you. And so when the cloud is on top, the cloud is signaling to Moshe on one level that he cannot then go into that he can't go into the Mishkan at that very point. He has to wait. And really, although the book of Shemot ends at that point with Moshe, as it were, hovering, about to go into the Mishkan, but not able to because of the cloud. And then we go into the Sedra of Vayikra, when Hashem calls out to him. Hashem has to call out to Moshe Rabbeinu in order for him to come in. And we've got the cloud and the fire that are working as partners in this passage, in this final passage of the book of Shemot. And this is really a message of hope, of coexistence, because the cloud represents water. The cloud is made up of droplets of water, and the fire is what accompanies, what illuminates the children of Israel throughout their desert sojourns, and that is going to give them the light and the warmth that they need during the night. Yet the two are working together, and this is something that is part of the message of the Mishkan, as the Bnei Yisrael have come together to build this special home for Hashem. And this is now the point of its completion as we finish the book of Shemot. And when we have the opportunity to read the Sedras of Vayakhel and Pekudei together, we can see that, in a way, just like the partnership of the cloud and the fire, the water and the fire, and water and fire make up some of the letters of the word Shomayim, and really feeling the presence of Hashem on the one hand in Shamayim, Shamayim Lashem, as we say in Tehillim, yet Haaretz Nasan Livnei Adam, the Hashem has given the land to people, yet we're working with the components of Shamayim that are Eish and Mayim, and when we are looking at Vayakhel and Pekudei read together, the Sedra of Vayakhel refers to a kahila, refers to a body of people that comes together to make one unit. But the values of the Torah, the attitude of the Jewish people, is that as a kahila, we are able to achieve things. We have strength beyond our numbers. We have the concept of the sum total is more than all of the individual parts put together. That is our success and our enduring existence as a nation when we are a kahila in this way. Yet on the other hand, the Sedra of Pekudei, which details the exact accountings, is also representative of the individual contribution to the Mishkan, to that project of building a home for Hashem on this world. And this is something that is our aim. This is the final message of the book that talks about us becoming a nation. And we went through the dramatic events of being in Egypt, of coming out of Egypt, of receiving the Torah. But really it is going to be in the quieter spaces of building a home, using the talents and resources that Hashem gives us at any point and at any time in our lives, to make an abode for Hashem, to behave in such a way that fire and water can be partners together, and all of the elements of creation can create a place and a space where the presence of Hashem will call out to Moshe Rabbeinu at this crucial moment, and will call out to each and every one of us and invite us to that divine embrace. And this is the prayer as we are in a situation of great uncertainties. We are, with all the brave pilots undertaking so many missions at the moment and flying through clouds and really needing divine guidance. Yes, they have their GPSs and all the technology that is absolutely miraculous, but they need the divine presence, they need the divine blessing, they need that call from Hashem to succeed in this battle against evil, against Amalek and against Haman. We've just passed the festival of Purim, but we can still see that the presence of Haman in this world has not yet been eradicated, and we look forward to a time when this will happen. And may the words of Chazak, Chazak v'nischazek, and the coming Rosh Chodesh, the new month of Nisan, which is going to be Thursday a week, and all of these will come together to really enable us to create an abode for Hashem on this earth. Thank you very much for listening. Wishing everybody Shabbat Shalom.